Section 11.3, General Equations, Part 1. Okay, for this portion of the section, we're going to solve equations that involve two steps. The two steps are slightly different than the problems that I showed you in section 11.2. Number 1, x over 4 minus 1 equals 3. Number 2, 3x plus 7 equals 2. Number 3, 5x plus 8 equals 6. Number 4, negative 1 equals 5 minus 6x. Number 5, 9 equals 3x plus 15. Number 1, x over 4 minus 1 equals 3. The first step is to get rid of what's least directly connected to the variable. The negative 1 is less directly connected than the 4 is. So, we have a minus 1, we have to do the opposite operation, so add 1. Whatever you do to the left of the equal sign, do to the right of the equal sign. So plus 1 on the left and plus 1 on the right. So now we have x over 4 equals 4. The second step is to get rid of what's directly connected to x. That would be the 4. The x and the 4 are connected this time through division. So to get rid of the 4, we have to do the opposite operation. The opposite of division is multiplication. So what we're going to do is multiply both sides of the equal sign by 4. So 4 times x over 4 equals 4 times 4. What happens to the 4's on the left-hand side is that they cross-cancel. Or think of it as 4x over 4, which is really 1x. Our final answer is x equals 16. Number 2, 3x plus 7 equals 2. First, get rid of the 7. Subtract 7 from both sides of the equal sign. We end up with 3x equals negative 5. Next, divide both sides of the equal sign by 3. Our final answer is x equals negative 5/3. 3. 5x plus 8 equals 6. First, subtract 8 from both sides of the equal sign. We get 5x equals negative 2. Next, divide both sides of the equal sign by 5. Our final answer is x equals negative 2/5. 4. Negative 1 equals 5 minus 6x. So the first thing we have to get rid of in terms of the x is the 5. Subtract 5 from both sides of the equal sign because that 5 is technically a plus or a positive 5. We end up with negative 6 equals negative 6x. Next, divide both sides of the equal sign by negative 6 to get the x by itself. Our final answer is 1, positive 1, equals x. 5. 9 equals 3x plus 15. Start by getting rid of the 15. Subtract 15 from both sides of the equal sign. We end up with negative 6 equals 3x. Next, divide both sides of the equal sign by 3. We want to get the x by itself. So we end up with a final answer of negative 2 equals x. Let's try some problems now involving a formula. For example, normal body temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert this temperature to degrees Celsius. Let's use the formula F equals 9/5 times C plus 32, where F stands for the degrees Fahrenheit and C stands for the degrees Celsius. Start by plugging in the information we know. We know that the degrees Fahrenheit is 98.6. Set that equal to 9/5 times C plus 32. Now let's solve for the value of C. Step 1 involves getting rid of the 32. Subtract 32 from both sides of the equal sign. We end up with 66.6 equals 9/5 times C. To get rid of 9/5, multiply both sides of the equal sign by the reciprocal of 9/5. So multiply both sides of the equal sign by 5/9. 5 over 9 times 66.6 over 1 gives us 333 over 9 equals, that would be 45 over 45C or 1C or just C. Our final answer, when you divide 333 by 9, you end up with 37. So 37 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.